game. One of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Guys?
Holly, thank you. He'll bring it out. It's Jenkins. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And we get a look at Ryan Williams, coming off a splendid performance, more than 100 yards receiving and a couple of touchdowns. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Using his legs, it's Hill. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how...
Oh, he found a space on the right. The 20, past the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Man, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
They get set for the... We have the first score of the game, and the PAT makes it 7-0. That drive took no time at all, couple of plays, and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Utah Utes offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And out to lead this offense is Devin Dampier. Man, he was razor sharp last time out, completed better than 70% of his passes, throwing for 200-plus yards. Dropping back, it's Dampier. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with this.
Sends it downfield. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Taking it the other way. And after the turnover, out of bounds at the 12 to set up this offense. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. It's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Bama! And they turn it into a defensive score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You practice these moments as a defense, but you know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. Bringing the heat. And it's a sack.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
You know, as an offense, you've got to do a better job pass protecting. You've got to start thinking about max protection at this point of the game. Because if you don't get hats on hats, your quarterback goes down on his own 2-yard line. You're lucky you didn't give up a safety.
And this defense is going to have its ears pinned back on 3rd and long from the 1. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Utes line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
The hand to the running back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Right on the money. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll run it again. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this.
There's some room.
sometimes say you need to score a touchdown in the first quarter, but when you're losing 21-0 in the first, they had to score right there, and they did. Nice job by the offense, executing on the drive, punctuating it with the touchdown. Now their defense has got to finally wake up and get a stop.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
Really good-looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. QB draw. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Russell on play action. Steps away. Fires on the move. Finds a man on the right. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. A 1st down run in the red zone. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Backs going for the goal line. Touchdown tie. And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Defense sniffed that one out immediately, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Back to pass, it's Dampier. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to have to strike this ball well in the face of this howling wind. Makes the catch at the 30. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a good mix of plays keeping that defense off. Oh, he's got some space. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Keelan Russell. Under fire. And down he goes.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Pressure coming. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. They go to the draw. He was able to pick up a few, but not quite enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down at the 41. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Needs it to keep this drive alive. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short? Tight end now in motion. They'll run for it. It's Parker.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Fires downfield. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum, and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They give it to him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout call by the Utes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On the run, it's Riley. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have 1 left. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. 4th down, Russell. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. The offense basically has the whole field in front of them, backed up close to their own end zone. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Goes high to pull it in. All kinds of room to the right. Took it all the way inside their territory, down to the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop. After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. Got his man on the outside. There he goes. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half.
But, and he's got room. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Hughes.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. You got to build on this momentum in the second half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Running into the open space. Across the 45. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Throwing Russell. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Russell. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Makes the grab inbounds.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with TCU taking on the number 12 team, the BYU Cougars.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing, with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Tide ready to roll on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going.
He's loose down the left side. What a performance this guy is turning in. You know, Derrick Henry had a great 2,000-yard season, bunch of 150-yard games. This guy's looking like that right now.
And if you're comparing him to somebody like that, you know he's happy. And you know he's eating. So continue to feed him the rock. Let him do the rest. Having so much success on the ground, it's hard for me to say, hey, let's be balanced. No. Give that guy the ball and let him use his balance.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Russell moves away as he feels pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. The run inside. It's Riley. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on third down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know.
And he's in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They took it 64 yards right down the field and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19. Let's see what they've got on second down. Rides to the back. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop. It's fourth down. The Utes will line up to punt it away. Wants to return it. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Runs through the tackle. Got enough for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And I don't want to marginalize you guys' athletic ability, but I feel like Palmer and Davis both could have ran through that hole. I mean, that was unbelievable job by the offensive line, paving the way. He's getting to the second level before he's even getting contacted. That better change for this defense, or they're going to be in for a long game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running inside, it's Hill. There's a crease. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get...
Just plowing ahead. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. They'll run it. It's Hill. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Going to the ground. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. They've yet to convert on 4th down, though not for lack of trying. 0 for 3 so far. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Alabama! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion.
Here's a little room there. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force-feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bray. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Quick release on the RPO. And he'll be brought down.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
And the Utes will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The run inside. It's Hill. Got enough for the first. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this
Breaks into the open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go play action with Russell. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
Pulls it in. It's Edwards. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Going for it all. Got it. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Off the RPO, complete. Oh, he's got some space. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He's got him. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Motion from the wideout. Sweet cut there. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Utes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of of these teams is a college football playoff contender, the other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.